What's going on next year, Nation? We have another very, very special guest here today. My good friend and content creator. You definitely will recognize this guy if you're a Jets fan. D'Andre McKenzie. D'Andre, welcome to the show, man.
What's popping, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, man. How you doing? How's we're in February. It's February 22nd right now.
Oh, blizzard season, man. I'm tired of it. I got caught up just now in the blizzard. I'm trying to, figure out what I'm gonna do with myself the next 2 days. So,
you've been traveling like crazy, right? Recently, what have you been up to? What's games you've been at?
man, I've been all over the place, man. I was at this NBA All-Star weekend. That was lit. And I was at the NFL Super Bowl week.
Okay.
That was lit as well. And besides those two things, I think this year alone, I took a little trip to the DR for some rest and relaxation. I was at the national championship game. I went to, I think that's it. Honestly, I went to the couple Bears games, playoff games, and the Eagles playoff game. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for this year so far. I might be missing
Who,
something. Oh
who
yeah,
was at the All Star weekend and the other event where at the Super Bowl weekend? Who was the coolest person you spoke to? Would you say?
Um, the coolest person I got to have a civil conversation with, not just hi bye, I say Puka Nakua, man. That was probably the best,
That's
one
awesome.
of the best moments that I need the footage to.
Yeah.
We were at the club and it was Saturday night, I believe, the day before the game. And it was this dope party sponsored by one of these brands.
Mhm.
And I think it was Athletes First. And people at the club don't really dance. You know me, I
Yeah.
like to get down and jiggy with it. And I'm on stage, and everybody kind of just watching whatever. Then Puka gets on stage, and we start having a little dance off. And I was like, okay, like you ain't got it like me though, Puka. Like
That's
you
crazy.
might have the clout, but I got the moves, and I could see that clearly. I mean, he had the hype, but then all of a sudden get thrown up, well, not thrown off, get pushed off stage. And then
You
Two
got
Chains
pushed
comes
off
out of
stage.
nowhere.
He
Not
got pushed
pushed,
off stage
literally,
too.
not pushed, but like they asked us to move
Got
down
it. Got it.
stage. And Two Chains comes out of nowhere and starts performing. And I was like,
That's crazy.
oh man, Two Chains.
When he
And then
started
all of a
playing,
sudden
you heard the keyboard. Dun, 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 dun,
oh
no,
yeah, he was getting it cracking. He was getting it cracking. We had everything going on.
wow.
And so we was vibing, and then Puka gets on stage and he wants, his friends to, but they not getting on stage. They're too scared. So then he grabs me and he's like, come on stage. I'm like, look, bro, I ain't got it like that. They're gonna kick me out the club, okay? I'm not about to do all that. So then I get up on there and just me, him, and Two Chains just rocking out, and the whole crowd's in the background. I'm just like, man,
Wow.
this is a Kodak moment right here. So
That's
if
tough.
y'all got the
That's
footage to that, let me know. But that was probably the littest moment from the last few weeks, I'd say.
that's super tough. I feel like you've had your run-ins with top people, a lot of big time athletes and celebs over the course of your content journey and just time as an athlete. So can you speak a little bit to more about your journey and how you got started, with content creation and yeah, start from there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing content for about 3 years now. Started in 2023 I just started doing content because I did the show called Squid Game: The Challenge, and shout out player number 288 in the building, man. Shout out 288, and did the show, lost, but I met a lot of cool people on there, and everyone on there was like content. A lot of people were content creators, and they made their money on the internet. And I've always thought about that, but I think unless you can kind of feel and see somebody and touch somebody in real life, it kind of seems impossible or it's not real. Like it's kind of like growing up in a town where there's no one going to a big D1 school and you just think like, oh, like it's kind of not going to happen. It's impossible. But when you meet somebody that does it for the first time, it's like, oh, it is possible. And that changes your whole mindset behind it.
Mhm.
So that's kind of how I compare it to in a sports comparison. But yeah, I met a bunch of people and I'm like, nah, I don't do content. They're like, you seem like you do. And I'm like, I mean, I act, that's kind of
Yeah.
content, but it's not really like content. And
Right.
so, because I always had the impression, and a lot of actors had this before too, is if they start doing content, then that would interfere with them booking jobs because people would view them as an online personality and a
Right.
creator rather than like a real actor. So that stigma of you won't be taken seriously. But I think that's not a real thing. It might have been a real thing like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, but it's not a real thing today. And so yeah, I literally left the show, got home, and somebody came to my house and gave me an hour intervention on TikTok, sat on my couch and just drilled me on everything. And this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. You need to make 3 TikToks a day. I'm like, 3 TikToks a day? I can't.
Oh, I might have lost you, Dre.
Me right? Okay, went blank for a
Hold
bit.
on, I might have lost you.
I'm
Oh,
back. I think I'm back. And so yeah, I just kind of started making videos of reviewing juices and reviewing I don't know, making stupid little dances and
yeah.
reviewing, like doing life hacks and just little silly stuff at home. And then one day I I think it was because I started in February 2023. And I was like, I think then did one of my first real person interviews, and you came with me actually. We did that in Grand Central Station. I just went up to people and started talking. I don't even remember what I asked them. It was like,
It was what inspires you today?
yeah, I was like, what inspires you? I was trying to be on my like,
Yeah.
Gary V
Positivity.
time and whatnot.
Yeah. That's funny.
But that was cool. That was kind of gave me introduction to like I had my pop mics back then, and first time going up to strangers and asking them questions.
You got to
And
start
I was like,
somewhere, you know?
yeah, that was kind of like, okay, like this is kind of how it goes. And I was like, I don't know about in the middle of nowhere, but maybe if I do it at an event, it would be easier because
Makes sense.
it's just it gives me a centralized thing to talk about, and that's kind of
Right.
what I like. I'm not really liking unless there's something going on. I will start doing this soon again, but like going to random people in the street, like that's cool and all, but I ain't trying to do all that sometimes. Like it's just unless there has to be something going on. That's just me. But anyways, I saw the draft was coming up, and it was coming up in Kansas City, my hometown, and I was like, man, that'd be kind of cool, go back home, go to the draft. I don't have to spend any money on like housing or anything like that. I have a car at home. It would be easy to get up there every single day. And then I'm like, look, I can talk football all day, it's easy. And, I called a couple of my homies to see if they wanted to come with me, and they decided to come. And I filmed it. I went up there and just started talking to the fans, filmed everything on my iPhone. And next thing you know, I'm on the red carpet talking to Bijan Robinson and Jordan Addison.
How did you pull that off, man? I feel like if there's one person I know that gets to where they want to go, they figure ways out to do that. I mean, are you allowed to spill the sauce here, or are you gonna keep that?
I mean, look. I am anti gatekeep, but some things, some things are meant to be like hush hush. But look, how I do what I do is basically you gotta push the boundaries of what you want to do. If you have like, if I want to go to an event like the draft, and I want to go I see Michael Vick behind I don't know, one of those a chained off area, whatever.
Yeah.
And I got the equipment and what I want to do, and it's nothing that's going to be harmful, I'm going to try and get over there. If there's nobody there, I'm just going to walk through. If there's somebody there, I'm like, hey, like, I just want to ask one question. It's not going to be long. Make it 5 minutes. You got to talk your way into it, man. And that's exactly what I did at the draft back in 2023. I was able to talk my way onto the red carpet.
Crazy.
And that's basically what happened. It's a lot more details besides that, but that ultimately that's what happened. I talked my way to able to let the guy know, like, hey, I'm not going to cause no problems. Like, I'm in a suit for I'm not in a suit for Christ's sake. Like, I'm here to do some work. I got my equipment with me, coach.
Yeah.
And this is my hometown, and so he let me slide, and I was cool with it.
Right.
Because I didn't. Like I said, this is my first event. I've not really had no experience doing this stuff, but so everything was kind of like a shock to me, and.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on the red carpet doing my thing. Then I get to talk to some other people. I mean, the people who stood out was Bijan, Addison. That was the year Caleb. No, that was before Caleb Williams, I think. Caleb Williams is 2024. Who was the quarterback 2023? Drake May, I think. Was that Drake May?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think
Yeah.
that was Drake May. Maybe I get the drafts mixed up,
Yeah.
but I specifically remember because I talked to Bijan and his hair stood out, and Addison had this huge chain,
Yeah.
and I think he had a pink suit on too. But them two I distinctively remember. But yeah, after that went down. The draft area. If you've never been, there's like two sections. One section is where the super fans are, and that's right by the stage. And the other
Right.
one behind that, there's a fence, and then that's where everyone else is at, who's like fans of the team, but they didn't sign up to get special access for the super fans. But where the super fans are, there's like influencers over there, and
Yeah.
there's all the NFL alumni and just the special people.
Right.
And so I'm like, I need to get over there too, coach. I need to get inside. And so that one, I kind of just moseyed my way up on there, coach. I just walked it like I talked it. Sometimes you just got to walk like you going somewhere or you know what you're doing to get into a place that you need to
Ha-
get into. And
Have,
that'll
have you
be the trick.
have you gotten stopped though, and where you got to a point where like they said you're not coming in? Like, have you ever had
Yes,
to do?
yes, yes. I've had situations where I've been stopped and it's like, I'm not going to cause a fuss. If I don't have the right
Yeah.
credential, I can leave, coach. I'm not
Right. Right.
going to argue with somebody and fight somebody to get something that I technically I'm not supposed,
I got
according to them, are supposed to have. But I'm not gonna typically try to put myself in a situation where that happens.
I got you.
Like
I feel
you
like
gotta.
your success rate is like at least 95%. Like I
It's
feel
pretty
like
high. It's pretty high.
every time you've said like, oh, you're good, like I'll get you, we'll figure it out. Like you're able to do it, and it amazes me every time. I
Look, it
feel like
amazes me sometimes too.
I feel like it comes down to the way you approach people and just like the confidence that you have when you go up to these people. You're just like, yo, this is me. This is what I'm doing. Like I'm not gonna cause, like you said, I'm not gonna cause any problems. But
Yeah, yeah.
well,
And back then, like I also like I have a whole company now, but back then when it's like I don't have much to show for what I'm doing,
yeah,
that's all you have to rely on is yourself. And if you can make that part work outside of having anything else, then anything is possible, coach. I mean, talking to somebody who was able to get up on the NFC Championship stage twice,
yeah,
it would have been 3 times, but I didn't go this year.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's I go by a saying you ask for forgiveness, not permission. And if you need to cross those roads and somebody's, pressing you, I'm not here to cause a fuss. I'll exit the building. I have no problem exiting the building if I need to exit the building. But and I know everyone that goes to these things, like people try and, do things like get into places they're not supposed to get into or sneak in with bad intentions.
yeah,
But those people are kind of obvious to tell. It's really obvious. It's either some stupid kids, like some stupid streamer, like that one dude who yelled at the golf tournament.
yeah,
It's kind of obvious. Like people just have a look to them. And if you're really trying to go up to no good, you'll have the up to no good look or the I'm just here and just looking around, and you'll have that look on your face. But when you about something like me, like I'm there to just do some content. That's all I'm there to do. I'm not really there to mess with anybody or play
right,
pranks or anything like that. I'm there on business. I got my
yeah,
bag with me with all my equipment. I got somebody typically with me to film. I'm dressed half decent at most of these things. And so if that's the case, oh, why would he do all that and be up on some BS? Now, some people do that too, but at the same
right,
time, you can tell based off someone's demeanor kind of what they're up to and, if they have any problems. And especially if somebody approaches you and then they're like, they're stuttering and all these other things, it's not gonna work out.
yeah.
So you got to have your things together in order, and that's kind of one way I'm able to kind of get what I want.
I got you. All right. So now you start in 2023 at the draft. Let's fast forward a couple years. A couple years goes by. You're doing your thing. Let's fast forward to your breakthrough moment, or I'm going to call it one of your major breakthrough moments, and it was in
Well, I'll say my breakthrough year, man. I won't say moment because I agree. 2025 for me was a very transformative year when it comes to the content stuff. It's when I got my first brand deals. It's when I first got my first viral. I don't mean everyone's definition of viral is different.
right,
Some people could say it's 100,000, 500,000, a million. The first time I think my version of viral video is at the 2023 NFL draft when I interviewed James Draws, and that had 500,000 on TikTok. And I was like,
right,
oh. Wow. But that's not even close to viral anymore for me.
Right.
But at the time it was.
Right.
That's
Right.
still a really good video. If you get 500,000 views,
Yeah.
that's an amazing video.
Absolutely.
But 2025 is when I was getting multiple videos of millions and millions and millions. And that
Yeah.
started with the Knicks playoffs in the
Yeah.
springtime. I went to pretty much every single game, home and away, and made content for it. And those were getting millions on millions on millions. Other pages was using them. I was working with Underdog Fantasy. Then I went to the Yankees in the fall. That playoffs, that was doing millions and millions and millions. And then the NFL season, those videos started doing millions. And then the big millions went into like hundreds of millions was the Jets kid video.
Wait. Hold on. Before you stop there for a second, take a look at the screen. This is the clip from that. This is the moments right before it happened. So take us to this day, Dre. What was going on through your head this day, and
You know,
kind
it's
of talk about
funny. I wasn't even going to go to this game. That's Justin, if y'all can't recognize on the right, and that is me on
we're
the
in the same hoodie.
left. Yeah, we're in the same hoodie, man. And this was the game, week 7. The Jets are playing the Carolina Panthers at 1 p.m. And I did not want to go to this game because one, the Panthers are one of my squads, but they are not. I think they were like 4-3 at this point, and the Jets were 0-6. And so I'm like, look, I can't do it. I went to the Jets when they were 0. I think I went to like 2 or 3 Jets games at this point, and of course they lost every single one, and it was just miserable. And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna be at this game. This is the least watched game of the whole slate. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll go to the game. And so I don't think did we sit together during this game? We left it. Did we leave early?
I think we met after the game.
Okay, yeah, we met after the game.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Because
we met after.
I think that was the next game or the game
We went to
before
the Dallas. We went to Dallas together. We went to the
That's right.
Cowboys game together. But then
That's
this
right.
game, I think we just met at the stadium to
That's
get
right.
content.
Yeah, we just met there. I watched some of the game, and honestly, I watched till halftime. I left and then just kicked it with these two people in the parking lot because it was just trash game. Like I think the score was maybe 20-6 or 17-6 or something. It was real terrible scoring game. But yeah, no, I wasn't gonna go to the game. It was a nice fall afternoon or whatever, but I ended up going because I'm like, look, I might as well. And you told me like we got to go to this game, blah blah blah, get content. I
Because
was like, sure.
let me just pause you right there. I was also trying to build like my page. So what I thought was, okay, this will be a good way for both of us to maybe get some content for the page. And I was like, Dre, like, why not? Like, let's just go and get some content, whatever. All right, continue on.
Yeah, no, he wanted to get some content. I'm like, sure, I'm gonna help the homie out, and also, I do the content as well.
Of course.
And so we go to the worst game of the whole entire slate. That just goes to show you got to get outside, people. But go to the worst game in the whole slate. And, if you're here, we're talking. What I do, if you don't know, is I talk to people. One of the big things I do is talk to people after the game, put compilations together, whether the team wins or loses. It doesn't matter. I don't care. But I'm going to talk to the people on both squads and see what their thoughts are on the game. I'm the Mr. Can I get your thoughts on the game person? If you've ever seen those videos, that's me asking them questions. I feel like I need to put that on the t-shirt at this point. Can I get your thoughts on the game?
I got coming out
But
with signature line.
exactly. Thoughts on the game. But yeah, so we're going up to people, talking to them. People were kind of funny this game because the Jets are 0-7. Like they're making a mocker. I remember even we saw one dude who put a parlay shirt together and he threw it on the ground after. I thought that dude would have went viral. I'm like, oh, this dude's going viral. But lo and behold, we go up to this kid, and it's funny. I usually don't go up to kids, but he was like walking in between his dad and some other dude wearing Jets gear. And it just happened like that, to be honest with you. And he just went up to him and said, "There's your thoughts on the game." This kid had the quote of quote saying, "I hate this team. I was born into this. I'm always a Jets fan, but I just hate this team," roughly. And yeah, that was it. I didn't think too much of it, to be honest. And then we kept going. Like, you do this interview, and then we do like 10, 12, 15 more. So it's not really you sit on like, oh my gosh, that was gold. Nah, it wasn't like that. It was just do it and then on to the next.
A
And
weekly
then
something new.
when I get home, I edit it that night usually and then post it. I usually try and post it that same day, but honestly, what's crazy about this one actually too, which it's funny how that worked, is I typically don't post short videos like that. I didn't start posting short videos like that until I think this game. Because I think the day before that, I know why I didn't want to go to the game. Because the day before I went to a Rutgers game and they played Oregon, and I was out in Jersey late, like really late, and we went to the bars afterwards and everything. I was tired. That's why I didn't want to go. And so, because I had to edit some Rutgers content, which was terrible, but that's because I got home really late. That's why I remember. And so the kid that I went with, he was like, "Hey, like your videos are great, but you need to make them shorter because they'll go viral." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Your long videos are cool, but people don't watch that long. They watch short videos, this, that, and the third." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." Like, but because I make them long, one because it's like I want to put as much stuff as in there as possible, but two is Instagram, TikTok does not pay you if your videos are over a minute long if you're in the monetization creators program. And I'm always trying to get paid. But it's not always about getting paid sometimes. It's about growing and evolving. And sometimes you got to just do what you got to do to make that happen. For example, traveling to a place to get coverage of a game or buying equipment. You're not going to get paid for some of that stuff, and you just got to do it. And so that's the first think this is the first game I started posting shorter videos on my Instagram, and I posted 2 from this game off the rip. It was this kid, and it was one other video that I thought was funny as hell. I can't remember what the video was, but I
You
thought it
you
was really funny.
you posted, so you also posted the long form video of this,
Yeah.
and I remember because I was on a plane actually to Las Vegas, and I had to fly down right away after that game. And I remember I was sitting on the plane. I bought Wi-Fi for that plane because I knew you were going to post it, and you had explained to me. You said make sure right when I post it, you accept the collab so that you get maximized, whatever maximized following
Visibility. Yeah, the
visibility.
visibility.
And that really helped me out a lot because that was the first post that any collaborator, any creator, I mean, ever even worked with me to even do. So, that really helped me out a lot because people started following my account when you posted that long form video. Um,
Yeah.
and then the next day happened, and then continue the story on
Yeah,
for.
so I posted the long video that I think that same day, if
It
I'm
did
not mis
well too. It got like
it did really well. No, it did really, really well, and I was like, "Cool, thanks," did good. And
yeah,
so I went through back in the video, and this video was in the long form video too, but
yeah,
it's like in the middle. It's not even the first thing,
right.
which I guess it kind of can be a good thing because if it was first thing,
People
I
right
don't
when
know. I
yeah,
don't know. Maybe the whole video would have popped even more, but maybe it wouldn't. I don't know.
you never know. Yeah.
You never know. But and I usually am good at kind of picking the really good ones to put up front, but I thought some other people were funnier. I thought some other people were more good, like just the yelling people kind of get a hold of me sometimes, and I like start the energy off or the videos off real high energy. This kid didn't yell or scream or nothing like that, and so that's kind of I put him kind of like in the mid. I think at the 1 minute or 1:30 mark or something like that, and then I went through a few of the videos and just random. It's just random. I'm not even lying. This is just a random video I picked to post. I could have posted a ton of other ones, but I just randomly picked this one because I'm just going through them.
How many clips did you how many fans did we get that day? It was like at least 30, right?
Oh,
Like,
we got a lot. I
oh, yeah.
mean, I have the files on me and I can even like I think that oops. I think that day alone, I don't know, but usually it was a lot.
It
Like
was a lot. Yeah.
it was a lot. Like I don't know, but I just
So you
quickly
randomly picked this
just
kid. That's
randomly clicked his. I'm like, "Oh, this one's interesting, whatever." And I just put the caption on it and posted it on TikTok. And honestly, off the rip, TikTok, it really didn't do that well on TikTok off the rip. TikTok sometimes take time, but then I posted on Instagram. I think that next day I posted it. And usually, if I you don't video has to be really good to pop off the day after the game, even after you already post a video. And all of a sudden, like an hour goes by and this video got 100,000. I was like, oh wow, that's I mean, I've done it before. I've had videos get to 2 million in like a day. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Then it got to 1 million in I think like 4 to 6 hours. I was like, wow,
Crazy.
that was pretty quick for 1 million views. And then it went to like 10 million on Instagram. And I'm like,
Wow.
whoa. Then I started getting, then everyone and their mother started texting me this video. And then Sports Center and then Barstool and then House of Highlights. Everyone you could think of that works in any kind of sports
I saw
media
Scooter
platform.
Braun posted. I saw like all these.
Well, all these people started posting this video. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm just shook right now. Like I'm working, I'm ain't got time to be on my phone the whole time. But every time I look up, it's like just millions of people commenting. My phone is going crazy. It didn't stop moving for the whole week, but it was just crazy. Like it was pandemonium times 10. And like I said, I've had popular videos before, but not like this. And it's all over Twitter. And then people were texting me like, oh my gosh, I heard it on the radio station in Kansas City. I'm like, what? And then people, it was just crazy. And in a week, the video gets about 25 million views. That's crazy. That's insane. So yeah, that's kind of the story behind the video. And then it helped a lot with other things. I got some brand deals because of it. I was able to kind of work with some big companies in negotiating how they would use the video, such as, like I said, ESPN and Barstool and Bleacher Report and Underdog, or not Underdog, pretty much a lot of people. I mean, these news stations started hitting me up, and then we got in contact with the kid, of course, made a separate video, which I wish I produced better, but it is what it is. And yeah, it was just a really, really, really crazy, hectic week. And when it comes to social media, you don't like the money part. You don't get paid till like a month after you post all these things. And so I really wasn't like the focus on it,
Yeah.
but um
And then I remember that, and then I'll talk about for a second the amount of like followers and views that you got from this video
oh,
alone.
I think
I
yeah.
remember you were showing me on the train ride home after this video, after we recorded for this day. You showed me your phone and you said, you were like, all right, like once I hit 10K followers, like I'm gonna do this subscription thing and it's gonna be good. I got a whole year ahead of me, whatever. And after this video alone, like you got to that 10K
Yeah.
followers. And
I
so
think I was around like four. No.
yeah,
I don't know how many I was at before the video because the
it was like
Yankees really helped me out a lot.
6,000. I think it was 6 or 7,000. That's
Yeah,
what
it was something like that because the Yankees really helped me out a lot. Like
I got.
my Yankees content was peak. Um, but yeah, no, it pretty much got me to 10K, which was one of my goals
Yeah.
for a very long time. Really quickly in like a week. So um it was really cool to do that. And then yeah, when you get 10K followers, if you don't know on Instagram, you can like add a subscription thing, and that can help people like support you if they like your content or whatever, you want to see additional content. I'm still working on that part, but I have it up, but it's not exactly what I
Figuring it out. You're figuring
yeah,
it
I'm
out.
figuring it out. But yeah, I mean, and also with that, I was able to be in some news articles and some national media articles. Like SI did an article over it, ESPN, Rich Cimini did an article over it, a whole bunch of things. And when you do those things, you can apply to get verified because you're nationally recognized. And I was able to do that, which was pretty dope as well. And that the video ultimately, like, outside of all that stuff, the cloud, this, that, and the third, it gave me leverage to kind of be taken more seriously and for people to know who I am, because I've done videos before. New York kind of people know who I am because I be at all the New York stuff. Like, oh, like I've seen your videos, blah, blah. But people in Texas and people in California and people all over wouldn't know who my videos if I said, oh, I did this video. Until this video, I could tell anybody at any sports game, have you seen the video of the Jets kid saying I hate this team? They're like saying, yes, I've seen that. I'm like, that's mine. Like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. So that's pretty cool to kind of be able to name drop something, because I know tons of content creators who do tons of content and they can't name drop one thing that they've done that everybody and their mother have seen. Like I met a whole bunch the last couple weekends. I haven't seen none of their videos. Like even the kid who does the cop big what's his name, AJ and
The Costco
the
guys.
Costco guys. I personally have never seen their videos. I wouldn't have known anything that they did, you know.
Yeah,
No, I mean they're big and they're popular, like I'm
of course.
sure, but
Yeah,
I personally didn't know who they were when I met them. But everyone and their mother has seen this video, like they have. Even like it's
yeah.
been shared so many times in so
And
many
that kid's a
places.
legend. That video will be. I mean, there's a GIF now. I mean, that video
There's a
will.
gift behind it. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
it'll be forever here. And
yeah, that video is forever there, and it's one of those kind of like memes now that you see that are just reused and reused, and it doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of times I see in the comments, there's these European soccer teams and Canadian, what is it, the Toronto Maple Leafs. These
yeah,
fans will all flood this video and say, "Oh," because I get all the repost alerts
yeah,
in my phone and like, "Oh, being a Maple Leafs fan or being a
right.
Arsenal fan or whatever," and it's funny because they all kind of can relate to this one video, and that's very, very rare when it comes to making sports content because it's so oversaturated.
Right,
And you'll get some videos of like this kind of, I guess, comparison is to like Allen Iverson's
right.
practice, but that came out before social media. So I don't even know
Yeah,
if I can use that as a proper comparison. But if that came out during social media, this would kind of be a very similar like level of popularity. Even
yeah.
it doesn't matter if he's an athlete or not. Um, and there was like another video of like some Jets kids crying because they traded Sauce Gardner and
Yep, yep, yep.
I don't know who else. What's the guy? The guy in New Jersey. What's his name?
Point
Williams,
him
Quentin
Williams,
Williams.
yeah.
And that video did numbers too, but not like this. People ain't going like, no, those little kids crying. Like some people, like people seen the video, but no offense to the kids, but like this video is more popular. Like I'm not even trying to toot my own horn over here, but
I think there's a theme here, and it's people relate to this feeling of like, man, when are these rebuilding years going to end? When is this going to kind of be over? But at the same time, we're going to stick in this. We're going to stay loyal and stay true, and that's why I think it's so funny that I happen to be helping you out this day and recording because I'm building my own page and my own brand and community called Forever Next Year New York, which is literally built on what this kid said of like, hey, I, I'm a frustrated fan right now, but I'll always like the Jets. I'm always gonna stay loyal. I'm always gonna, try to be a fan here and show up the next season. So I think
yeah.
this was such an awesome moment for you and for me. And
Yeah,
uh,
no, it was dope. I mean, there's a lot of people who come with me to help record, and they always like, "Oh, well, I was with you when you did this video," and I'm like, "Look, y'all, none of y'all can say anything anymore. Look, y'all not a good luck charm for me. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. People love to say that I was with you in this video. I'm like, okay, like I don't need to hear none of that no more.
so are we gonna be at the what are you gonna tell for Jet? What let me ask you this: what do you have to say to Jet fans now, like myself, for this season? Or could we see you? Could we expect to see both of us outside
Man, Jets
next season?
fans, we got to be outside, man. I'm an honorary Jets fan now. Like, look, I'll support y'all. I'm a Jets supporter. I like being supporters. And I support the Jets. I like the colors, of course. I think they need to go back to the white helmets,
Yeah,
personally speaking. I don't know. We don't have the schedule out yet. It's all TBD on when they play who and whatnot. But I will be outside, Jets fans. I'll be obviously I live in New York, so I'm covering the New York teams, Jets, Giants. But when it comes to the Jets, man, y'all really took me in. I met a lot of great people, like my man Lou B, great dude. Like who else have I met? So there's some of the Jets people that work for them and MetLife people, great people who are Jets fans, of course. Um, so many, even the Jets tailgates. There's so many people I've met from the fan base that they're great people. Like some fans, I'm not really a big keen on. I don't want to kick it with y'all. I ain't gonna name the teams, but Jet fans. I mean, I'm from Kansas City and I am a Chiefs fan, but I gotta support the Jets, man. I think this last season was an indicator. Like, okay, the team picked me, kind of, I guess based on the content, and my Giants content did well. Like, I have a Giants video did really some videos did really well, but I like being the team's at its lowest point right now, essentially, and to see them come back to the top, man. Y'all gonna see me outside. You Jets fan and watching this, catch me outside, man. I'm always outside one of the main gate. You'll see me with the camera, the light, whatever it is. Just come tell me your thoughts on the game.
There we go. Dre, we can't wait for you're crushing it with the content, and keep it up, man. The fans are itching to see more, and I'll be outside. We'll be outside. The Mets season coming up. We got a lot of, that's a big fan base too. That's really been through
Yeah.
a whole lot, like myself. And between the Mets and the Jets, you're in for some really good content. So
Yeah, no, the Mets, the Jets. I mean, the New York teams is the Knicks, of course. That's coming up. They sliding a little bit, but they'll still make the playoffs. But the Knicks, and we got the Mets opening day. I don't outside of opening day with baseball, I don't really cover too many games like that unless something happens, a trade, this, that, and the third. Because there's so many games. Like, I can't be outside for all them baseball games. I'm sorry, I love y'all, but I can't do it unless the videos just go viral every single day. Then I'll be outside. But yeah, then baseball playoffs, of course. Hopefully the Mets make it this year. They didn't make it this year, which is unfortunate. But I'll be outside the Yankees too. And then yeah, if there was the Rangers or the Devils were gonna make the playoffs, but they're not gonna make the playoffs. So
Islanders.
maybe the Islanders, maybe, we'll see. They're still up in the air if they make the playoffs. I'm gonna try and get out there. I want to do some hockey content coming up.
Okay.
I might do the last Rangers home game because they're like terrible. They might be forever next year Rangers, Um, but yeah, the Islanders, I definitely want to. I've never been to a hockey game, so I do want to check it out and kind of see what's going on. And it's the same time as the NBA playoffs, so I'd have to make sure it works out. But yeah, I as much things as, especially in New York, as much things as possible I can get to, man. I'm outside because I love talking to the people, seeing what's going on, getting the vibe of the area, because that's the best way. You can go in the stadium, you can watch the game, you can do all that, but I think the best way to get the vibe of kind of the fan base and the city to an extent is to talk to people in the parking lot, either pregame at a tailgate or after the game.
Awesome. No,
In
you're
my
right.
opinion.
I mean, New York fans are something special. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen it. And last question for you, Dre. Forever next year, when you hear that phrase, I know you're a Chiefs fan, but what does that mean to you now that you've been so ingrained in New York sports culture? And why do you think that staying loyal and staying true to your teams is so important?
I mean, look, forever next year is like the Chiefs. I was basically saying growing up, we never gonna win the Super Bowl. We were good, but never, and we were terrible. And then all of a sudden, Mahomes came and saved the day, and now we 3-time champs in the last 6 years. But I'd say it's important. Just stick with it, man. Y'all. It's okay to hate your team. It's okay to dislike the players. It's okay to turn off the game when you're watching it. But just hang in there. It's no guarantee that anyone can win. Like, the Jets could technically not win again ever. But we ain't gonna put that out there. But just you got to go through the tribulations, man. Ever next year, that could stand for anything. Comes to your job, when it comes to somebody you dating. This year might be rough when y'all dating somebody with Valentine's Day and go great, maybe for next year. The job, you ain't got the job that you ain't liking your job. Maybe next year, like it can go with anything, I think. So just hang in there. Tough times don't last, people do. And when it comes to the sports teams, man, at least y'all got something to look forward to in the draft.
Hey, and the Knicks. Don't forget about the Knicks, because forever
The
is
Knicks
now.
are cooked, man. They're cooked, man.
Forever is
They're
now.
cooked.
We had a crazy 18-point comeback yesterday. No Knicks slander allowed over here.
Look, shout out Carmelo Anthony, man. I got the Knicks gear on right now, man. But Carmelo is not on the team, and he didn't make it past the second round. So the Knicks, look, I don't know. I don't know about the Knicks. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know.
Well, it should be interesting. But Dre, really appreciate you coming on to the show, man. And everybody go
Thanks, man.
follow him on Instagram, TikTok. Dre, say I'll tag
Yeah,
all.
follow me on you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at D'Andre Mac, DANDREMAC, YouTube, the D'Andre Way. Follow me on LinkedIn too if you want to really keep up with my business ventures. I'm on LinkedIn heavy. Follow my stuff. Call the Way Network on LinkedIn. That's what I really need y'all to follow. Okay. Follow the Way Network on Instagram too. We outside, man.
There you
Everything.
go. All right, Dre. Good talking to you, man. I'll
Peace
see
and
you soon.
blessings, y'all. I appreciate you having me, coach.
Yes, sir.